Thanks for tuning into another episode of the Dumpster Diaries Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Justin Allen, and I'm here with a good buddy of mine, the very funny, the very famous comedian, Crochet J. Dude, what is up, man?
Well, what's up, man? What's up, bro?
Dude, so I gotta give a little backstory about you, man, kind of how we met. So I moved the studio out to Shreveport. I started going to shows and everything, and there's this guy there at every show crocheting like beanies, hats, scarves, I mean, you name it. And I was like, what is this? And then I saw you get on stage, and I was like, oh crap, he's a comedian.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so and then your style is really your style is really cool too, man, because I don't know, is it fair to call it prop comedy?
Yeah, I'm more of a shop comic because I just buy stuff and give it to people, or I make something and give it to people. Like other prop comics, like they have like a whole like story, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if that makes sense.
Like a magician, like they got a box they pull everything out of.
If I am a prop comic, I'm a very lazy prop comic, you know. But yeah, bro, I just like I like just being originally me.
Yeah.
You know, just that very zany style of comedy we grew up with.
Yeah.
I love that shit, and that shit makes me happy.
Yeah.
You know, and I just like regardless of like if it's vibing or not, like I'm having a great time up there.
Yeah, I've noticed, dude. Especially like there's times where there may be kind of a dead crowd, you know?
Yeah.
And then I see you up there and this Crochet J, and I'm like, oh, he's just having a blast up there doing this. Because you bring people on stage and you basically have games for them to play.
Yeah, yeah, and like that's just it's like the best advice I got is always like you want to get the crowd hype.
Yeah.
So you gotta involve in some kind of way and like just like make it your own way. Though like do something. I don't even want to say original because there might have been like a jester that crocheted back in the day, like at the King's Palace or something. Like I don't know, but like yeah, man, it just feels good to like kind of make something your own.
Yeah.
You know, if that makes sense. And
for sure. Yeah.
And then also just like you get to meet people that way. You get to like network with people more that way. Like whenever you have just that decent human interaction with somebody.
Yeah, because I see you always talking to people. Are always coming up and talking to you and asking about what you do.
Yeah.
I mean, he also sits there with a sign half the time that says, "Will crochet for food."
I forgot to bring it in. I will crochet for food.
Yeah. You ever get people like buying your drinks or anything?
Man, people have. I was at a different venue and someone thought it was like a real thing, and was like, "I'll go buy you a sandwich." So I got to tap the mic with my thing, but she was like, "I'll go buy you a sandwich," but like I would have felt bad because it would like the sandwiches were like $21, So I was like, I don't want anybody to burn a hole in their pocket for me. But like that was the first time someone offered to buy me food.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the show, some white lady comes up to me and she's like, "Here's half of my steak," and I just kind of looked at it like. But she gave me a bag to go with it. So after she like left, I just threw away the steak and I kept the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've gotten some good gifts along the way, for doing what I do.
So I gotta ask, man, like how did you get into crocheting?
Okay, so
because that's not an art you see very often, and usually it's with elderly grandmothers.
Man, it's a whole crochet trend taking off. Like you check out all the women on TikTok, like and just Instagram, whatever, and they're crocheting whole like outfits and stuff, and they're younger than me, and so I was 12 when I got into it because I would see my grandmothers do it, but my maternal and paternal grandmother, so they both taught me. My maternal grandmother was the first woman that taught me, but she was left-handed, so it was kind of hard for me to get more than just doing a chain.
Yeah.
And then like my mom's friend taught me. Like she was very neurotic on a bunch of different medications. She would be like, I learned how to crochet fast from it.
Yeah, printing like a CVS receipt.
And my father's mother taught me how to do like pot holders, coasters, cute little, like decorative stuff. Like
dude, because like one thing, because obviously we're friends. I got you on social media too, so I see a lot of stuff that you post. One thing you're really good at, and I might actually just pay you to get one, man, is a freaking Afghan.
Oh yeah.
Those are cool, man.
Yeah.
Those are cool.
Yeah, just let me know what colors.
Yeah,
I got you. I got you.
So, do you sell what you crochet, or do you just give it out, man?
I just like giving it out, bro. Yeah. To be honest with you, like just I just enjoy giving it out.
Yeah.
To be real with you.
Sorry, I got something in my throat.
Oh, you good.
But yeah, man, I mean, that's cool because like I like things that people create because let me back up a little bit. All right, so the only way you make it into this studio, into my studio, is if I think you're an interesting person.
Yeah.
And you got to be interesting and you got to be genuine, okay?
Right.
I'm not bringing in anybody that's just like, oh, I'm trying to do it for the clout or I'm doing it for the fans or like, no, I'm not playing that. Like, this is like my passion or whatever. And one thing I have done in interviews before, like with people and noticed, and I do like about people is like people who create things.
Yeah.
And basically like art in your own way. Cause like I do a lot of writing, right? I do a lot of writing for the show. I do a lot of writing obviously for stand up and stuff. And then, literature and stuff. And that's my thing. And we actually interviewed up here, World of Rivers, Tim Bryant. He's a local author from the hometown that I'm from. And, that's what he does. So I saw you and I was like, oh man, like this is cool. This is like something you create out of nothing where there was nothing. And then not only that, then you give it out for other people to enjoy,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've always enjoyed doing it. I used to do it in high school.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I went to school with Tristan.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, he was also there the first time I ever did stand up too. And
yeah,
like way back in the day. Like I tried it a few years ago, and like I just wasn't getting it right. I was like, man, I'm not good at this right away, so I didn't. So I walked away from it for a while. And then after my little breakdown last year that I had, I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna get back on stage." So
sometimes that's what you got to do, man. I mean, that happened to me too, man. I got out of a crappy relationship while I was moving here and like moving the studio here as well. So I was like moving in my house, I was moving the studio. I was like, man, I'm going to Shreveport. I was just like, man, I don't have really any connections out here. The only connection that I had coming out this way was oh shit, that's my it's a damn washing machine right now. It sounds like a rocket taking off. Spin cycle. But the only connection I had coming out here was Garrett Nelson.
Oh, for real?
That was it.
Yeah.
And so I got out here, and the first Friday I was here, man, I went to open mic at the Tiki Bar and Grill in Shreveport, man. And he introduced me to everybody, and I was like, all right, cool. Let's start building it, man.
Yeah.
So but yeah, that washing machine throw you off for a second. I should have warned you.
Yeah, I know what was going on.
Yeah, it's pretty loud when it starts to spin cycle. It's like, oh god.
Somebody was beating up a refrigerator outside.
But yeah, dude, the first time I ever did stand up, I made the mistake. I was like, I'm gonna invite all my friends.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Do not do that, man.
Do that.
Yeah. I think
maybe one. Maybe one.
Dude, I think I had like 10 people there.
Yeah.
And I just ate a bag of shit. Like it was going out of stuff. What nobody tells you is then you're gonna eat shit again and again and again and again. And then occasionally you might get a laugh and then you're like, oh, that's fun. And it takes a long time.
Oh yeah.
And then there's so many variables with stand-up, man. Like you can have a set that's good and it's polished and you performed it like so many different places.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And then you get to one place and the crowd is just like, what is this piece of crap?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because you got different styles every different even venue you go to, But yeah, I've definitely gotten those looks a lot. Like I've got packed houses with just like silence, but I love the silence.
Yeah,
you gotta embrace the silence.
There was we had Evan Cooper in here the other day, and him and I were talking, and I heard it on a podcast I was listening to, but it is a really good, basically saying like mantra to kind of live by. I've been trying to incorporate in my life. Whenever you have to face something, that awkwardness, that cringeness, right? So like as a comedian, that silence on stage, right? Or the rejection that comes from it sometimes, that awkwardness, that cringe feeling, you have to go through it and run towards that because everything you want is on the other side of that.
Yeah.
And once I started applying that in my life, it made so much sense. I was like, holy crap. Like everything, man. It could be jobs, like job interviews. It could be relationships with a girl. Like it could be getting up there doing stand up, whatever it may be, man. Like if you can overcome that feeling, what you want is on the other side of that.
Yeah.
And what I've seen, like just noticing, like with people that I would consider to be successful. Now, I'm not talking about people like on Netflix or Amazon, all that stuff. I'm talking about normal people you would see, people I see would deem to be successful in their own right. They all did that, Because 90% of people, they're just not gonna. They're gonna be like, no, I'm not doing. I could never do that. Like, how many times have you heard when you talk about stand-up comedy, somebody's just like, I could never get up on stage and do
Yeah,
that.
no, you can. You can. And that's part of my whole thing is to show people that they can. Like, even if you don't want to do a set, you can be part of a set and make it better,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, because you have a
Yeah.
lot of crowd engagement.
Yeah, because like you as a crowd member, unless you do want to do stand up, but you're not really trying to like put on a act or a show for nobody. So like it's your genuine, raw, vulnerable self up there.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm also like sharing with you how it feels to have that vulnerable,
Yeah.
you know, feeling whenever you're up there too. And like that's yeah, yeah. I exactly know what you mean about you got to break through to that other side. Otherwise, there wouldn't be so many songs about it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
You know, it's definitely helped me. And then I find stand up too, man, to be very therapeutic for me
Yeah. Yeah.
because I was internalizing a bunch of issues that I was having just throughout my life. And then not too long ago, a lot of them just kind of came to the head, man. Like, it was depression, there was relationship issues, you name it, man. And then on top of it, man, was, I was drinking at the time and I was like, man, this is just not good. Like, this is
Right.
not helping.
Yeah.
And I had gotten out of stand up for a while because I was bombing so much. Also because I was drinking before I got on stage. So like I would think shit was funny, but nobody else would, right?
Right.
And so I quit drinking and then I just started putting all that fucked upness, everything that I felt, I just started putting it in writing. And I was like, okay, like I'm going to talk about this and I'm just going to make a joke. And I started doing it and it feels better.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like therapy.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting it out there in front of a crowd of people and if they laugh, cool. If not, whatever, it's out of my system,
Yeah.
And I enjoy it, man. I think more people should do it.
The funniest shit is your real shit.
Yeah,
You know?
I've noticed that because
Yeah.
if I have some stuff that's kind of like, I don't know, like a fabricated joke, like a one-off kind of thing or whatever, it's like, whatever. But if I start talking the nitty-gritty stuff,
Yeah.
then people will start laughing because they can relate to
yeah.
that shit. And it's shit that everyone experiences, but nobody talks about, Because I'll do like relationships a lot, and I'll throw in some comments and then you'll see people in the crowd like, damn, and I'm like, yeah, everybody's got one of those. Everybody's got a relationship they ain't happy about,
Yeah. You gotta put it out there. Like don't hide yourself, Like tell all your business.
Yeah.
You'll feel much better.
But my thing is like the crowd can tell when you're bullshitting them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like if you're gonna tell a story, like a real human story, like a heart to heart, they're gonna tell if that shit is made up and bullshit.
Yeah.
You might be able to get away with like one here, one there kind of joke, but like if you just make up a story and fabricate it, because you're gonna be able to read it in micro expressions and like the tone of a voice and how someone presents that, you're gonna know if they're lying or not.
Oh, yeah.
So that's my big thing when I get on stage, dude. Is I just talk. I'm like everything that I talk about on stage is true.
Yeah.
I don't make up anything. Now I change some names to protect the innocent,
Twisted.
Yeah. Not gonna go up there and give names and addresses and phone numbers,
You're just twisting it.
But yeah, man, I love it. I think more people should do it. What's crazy is like stand up, you don't really see a lot of opportunities for it for like really young people.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's an adult thing. It's typically because most places you got to be to get into it is 21 and up. You know, and by that time people are either in college or they're starting their careers or whatever it may be. But like it would be cool if there was a way to incorporate that into like high school and stuff like that. Like because you'll see like a drama team or like theater or something like that. You'll see like music and you'll see like writing, but you would never see like comedy. And like comedy would be a really good thing to incorporate in that, man.
Yeah. When I hopped back on stage, I first went to a family friendly event. And, they had to tell me to tone it down a little bit because I'm me. I'm probably like scaring families and shit. And this is like the week of my shenanigans where I just went like all the way out with it, bro. But that was my first time getting back on stage, and like I still shut it down though.
Man, I've been working on a lot of clean material to where if I need to perform somewhere for 15 minutes and there's no cussing, no like the blue comedy kind of side of it. I've been working on clean material where I could do that, Because there's actually a lot of opportunities for clean comedy, but they're
Right.
just not really explored all that much because most people usually use like cussing and stuff like that because it can exaggerate like a story and stuff like
Right.
that. Put more emphasis on things. It's the easier way to do it, but yeah.
Shit, yeah. I want to do birthday parties. Like just small table of people in like a private room with
Yeah.
like nobody else in there. I want to see what that's like
Yeah.
because I've heard a lot of those stories too.
Yeah, I've heard horror stories from like those corporate events or whatever
Yeah,
where it's just like a table full of
yeah. I
like.
might not do those. I don't know. I don't know. Wherever the wind takes me though.
Yeah, comedy is such a cool game, man, because you don't know, like, it literally can end anywhere, and then you meet the most unique people. Like, if you want to meet the craziest, most unique people in your town, just go to a comedy open mic. Just go there,
Yeah,
and then you don't even have to perform. Just hang out and talk to those guys.
yeah, bro.
Like, you'll meet people that have professional lives. You'll meet people who suffer from, well, they pretty much all suffer from mental illness to
Yeah,
some degree.
yeah,
Every comedian I've talked to since I've been here, they all got either currently or in the past, they've all had some sort of substance abuse issue or mental health problem
yeah,
like that.
yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you? You know,
I think, I don't think you have to have it to do comedy, but it sure freaking helps,
it's like a cheat code to be already mentally unfit
Yeah.
for most places of employment.
Yeah, man. And you got to go through like some crap or whatever too, man. So that was like one thing because I just recently started talking to this girl and then it didn't work out or whatever. It ended well, like it was like fine, it was all
Right.
respectful and stuff, and I was like, man, that kind of sucked. But the first thing I thought after that initial like, man, like that doesn't feel right because she was just like, hey, I'm not ready for anything or
Yeah.
whatever, and I was like, damn. But then the first thing I thought right after immediately was, well, at least I got some more content to joke about, like,
Yeah.
come on, man, so. That's literally what I do, man. It's just like whatever. And then like Evan, I mean, you can look at Evan, for example. His father died, and I think the next day he was on stage making fun of it.
Yeah, you got to.
You know?
You got to. My grandmother passed away. I spoke at her memorial, and I just did a
Mm.
set when I went up there. You can really say that was the first time I got back on stage.
Really?
Because then, like the next couple of days is when I did that family-friendly joint,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was gonna go to Tiki Bar, but I ended up being facilitated briefly, and then next
Yeah.
week I went to Tiki Bar, and all I went up there with was a pair of dice and a hat I just crocheted. And
Yeah.
that was like the seed that just has
Yeah.
spawned into what I do up there now. But
For
yeah,
sure.
but yeah. Um, and then you're talking about like not inviting your friends. I invited my brother-in-law, he's real like low key,
Yeah.
type of dude or whatever, and he'll laugh at whatever because he just likes laughing. That's when you're a real like comedian. I think you laugh at like whatever. Like if something like messed up happens on TV, you're laughing while everyone else is like looking at you like, why the fuck are you like laughing at this fucked up, like this carriage just got broke into and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, man. Because because I'll tell any of the comedians anything that's going on in my life. So even if something happens and it's still like really fresh, and I'm not like making fun of it yet.
yeah.
Every now and then one of them will crack a joke and I'll just be the initial response will be like, oh damn, that hurt. And then I'll just think about it for 2 seconds. I'm like, that was actually pretty funny.
Yeah. I had a friend that used to call me after something like tragic happened to him, and I would immediately make a joke about it. And he'd be like, "Bro, why the fuck do I call you every time he got hit by a car?" And he was like, "Why?" He's like, "Bro, why did I call you?" I was like, "Did you look both ways?" And he was like, "Bro, why the fuck did I call you?"
Yeah.
And he was laughing and in pain in the hospital and shit. He's like, "Bro, why the fuck did I call you?"
Yeah.
Because you got to. 'Cause my grandmother taught me that too. Because like
Mhm.
her brother got hit. I think she said he got hit by whatever truck that he used to like drive for a living, like the same company or something like, or like the same profession or something. And she laughed after she told me that. I don't
Yeah.
know if that's historically accurate, but either way, she laughed after she told me how her brother died. So like, I was just taught that as a young age, just to laugh at that.
That's the universe coming back
Yeah,
and saying
yeah,
something.
yeah, for
Nah,
real, for
yeah,
real.
for sure, man. And then I came to this realization a while back. Basically in life you have two choices. You can either be pissed off or you can laugh about it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
simple as that, and I don't know, man. I just choose to laugh. It doesn't mean I don't feel things. I don't still get,
No,
I still get sad. I
well,
still,
yeah,
like miss
yeah.
people, all that stuff. But I don't know.
Yeah, bro. If you don't embrace your emotions, then you will be like a very hateful person. Like,
Yeah.
you try to pretend like you don't feel some type of way about something,
Mm-hmm.
then it might not even be accurate, but you still feel that way. Like something might not have even happened, but you're like, nah, that's what really happened. But you gotta,
Yeah.
I think you gotta embrace that to see also the what's that
Mm-hmm.
falsity, or whatever
Yeah.
it's called within that. But yeah, bro, you gotta laugh at your pain for
Yeah.
sure at the end of the day, because somebody else will. So you might as well too.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Crochet Jay is also like the local oracle. You can just go to him. He'll tell you what's going on, what the future holds, some advice. He's like a
Hey,
counselor.
hey, bro, I do believe I was abducted by aliens at one point.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think they used me for
Wait. Is this a bit or are you like being serious right now?
oh man. So I think
Because
I
I got to talk about this. If this is the
cause,
case,
cause,
man.
cause like I had a dream,
Yeah.
and it wasn't that I was abducted, but like just the way the dream went, it just felt like different or whatever.
Uh,
And then I told somebody about it the next day. He was like, "Bro, you got to quit eating like tuna fish before you go to sleep, because like that's all that shit was just I'm like, man, nobody believes me." But yeah, I think
what happened to you, man? Like, I mean,
so it was like I had this dream that I was helping this woman escape from like the men in black or whatever,
yeah.
and then she was in the dining room on a table like this, and then we made love, and then I woke up.
Okay.
And I've heard like sometimes they do like stuff like that, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Sometimes there's like a sexual element where
Yeah,
they'll have like a man and a woman there or
yeah,
whatever.
and I just felt different that night. And I'm not saying for sure if I had contact or whatever, but like either it was the tuna or some alien used me.
Oh yeah, man. Because I'm a huge believer in aliens.
Yeah,
I mean, them UFOs ain't flying around on gasoline. You know what I mean?
right,
All that shit they been showing on camera,
right.
and then like our own government's come out and admitted it, basically.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's been there anyway,
Yeah.
and like yeah, there are some hoaxes or whatever, but like there's hoaxes and everything that people talk about.
Yeah, I was always into it as like a teenager and stuff because I grew up watching the X Files and stuff,
Yeah,
right? And I was like, cool.
yeah,
And but I always kept it as like back of my head, yeah, it's probably all bullshit, but it's just fun, right?
right,
And then around COVID, whenever fighter pilots started testifying in front of Congress, I
yeah,
was like, oh shit, there might be something to this, you
yeah,
know? So, and then apparently Trump, this is what's crazy. Apparently he's giving like a disclosure speech. I think it's supposed to be like in July.
yeah,
And I quote from his words of his mouth, not mine. He said, basically, it's going to be about extraterrestrial life and UFOs and UFPs. He used those two terms separately. So he talked about extraterrestrial life and then he talked about UFOs. And I was like, don't you tell me we got ET like
yeah.
sitting in like a vault somewhere at Area
Pieces,
51.
pieces.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. We'll see. But I think I think some stuff's eventually gonna come out with that where they're just gonna kind of own it, because I mean, there's just it's pretty obvious at this point, I mean, come on, you got like videos of shit coming in from outer space, flying ridiculously fast, and then just banking 90 degrees like nothing
Yeah,
happened, stopping 50 feet above water, going into the ocean. Like, half the time they can't even pick these things up on radar or even follow them.
right.
They seem to bleep in and out of existence. So I don't know. I think we're on the cusp of some crazy stuff, man. To be quite honest with you.
Most definitely,
Yeah.
most definitely.
I think they've probably known for a long time, and I think they've just been kind of keeping it all hush hush because imagine how like fucking bananas that would be to the world. Like just the religious aspect alone. It's like, wait, hold up. Like we're not alone? Like what is that throws so much stuff into question.
Yeah, cause like one time I never read the Bible in its entirety,
Yeah.
but
I
like
don't think many people have. It's a pretty
yeah,
thick read, dude.
some people have, man. Some people like will just quote Bible verses to you all day
Yeah.
and shit. But like Genesis, it just looks like aliens. Like whenever you read it, like no matter which one that
Mhm.
you're reading, which version, it's like, nah, like I think these were aliens that had this garden or whatever.
Yeah.
Like however it happened, we're here doing whatever it is we're doing.
Yeah. For sure, man. it's wild. I want there to be I'm like, cool, man. Let's go all out, you know.
Yeah.
And then I guess it brings into question like, are they friendly? Are they not? Do they even care really what
Yeah.
we're doing? You know, because I've gone down the whole conspiracy realm so much. There's like theories that they don't even really give a shit about us at all.
Right. Right.
Like where they just want to make sure we don't destroy the planet.
We're just
You
like a human zoo,
know.
basically.
Yeah. Well, like, you know, there's a theory that like a lot of them basically come out of the ocean.
Yeah.
They're in the ocean. And if there was a place, if you were going to hide out and be on Earth, where would be the best place to go?
I mean,
Just go to the ocean. Go where the monkeys can't get you.
That's like octopus and shit. Like they.
Yeah, I believe them motherfuckers came off a
Yeah,
meteorite.
because like they can shapeshift. They can like watch another octopus do something and then figure it out themselves. And like I watched a documentary that like their mothers die at birth, so they actually like raise themselves. Like they just all
Really?
float off. Like yeah, and then they did an experiment where they put a bunch of them in a tank together with other fish, and they were tearing that bitch up. Like they took it over in a heartbeat. They're like fucking with other fish, like playing, just messing with them and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one of them was like riding an eel, like by the face and shit. Like, yeah, there's something about them.
There was like some weird documentary I watched about them. So they have their 8 tentacles, right? Each tentacle has its own brain.
Yeah,
And then in their head, they have like the master brain that controls them all.
yeah,
And they're really good at problem solving. And what else was it? There's something in their DNA, like it's kind of weird. Like it doesn't really like fit on like an evolutionary chart.
yeah.
It's just kind of like these things appeared out of nowhere. And I mean, I remember the coolest story I ever read about octopus, man, is octopi is
Yeah.
freaking.
Tomato.
It was an aquarium. I can't remember where the hell it was at. I think it was on the East Coast somewhere, but it was close to the beach, but it was an aquarium, right? And they had this octopus in there, and they would have a security guard that'd walk through every night, just make sure everything was good, right?
Right.
And then in a tank near the octopus was all these fish that it could see. And they just noticed these fish were disappearing, but they couldn't figure out where the hell this thing was, like what was happening, right? And so then they put up a security camera and they realized this octopus had memorized the guards like shift and walk through time and all that.
Yeah.
And would literally like pick the latch on its tank, escape, fall down on the floor, crawl across, crawl up the other tank with the fish, get in there, eat some, come back, shut the lid, and then pretend like nothing happened. And this shit went on for a while. And then eventually it was like some great escape shit. The octopus finally broke out and then they caught it like trying to weasel out a door, I guess, or whatever, make it back to the ocean.
Yeah.
I was like, what the like it'd be cool to have one, like in a tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
You might get them to like go to work for you or some shit. Like if you have an at-home job, just put the octopus on the computer. Just let them message everybody.
Yeah. Man, so how long I gotta ask, how long have you been doing comedy, man? What would you put it at? Because I know
Like I said, I did those 3 mics a few years ago,
Mhm.
and then I started fucking with it again in May
Yeah.
last year. Yeah, definitely, bro. Just hitting that tiki bar stage because I've been going to tiki bar like for like shows growing up, like bands and shit.
Yeah.
People I know in bands. Ever since I was of age or whatever, like to go in there, but I'd never been on that stage before, and like when you hit that stage, it's a way different feeling than being in the audience.
Oh yeah. There's
Right.
nothing protecting you anymore.
Yeah. Like you
Good.
can have your imagination, however,
Yeah.
like your act's supposed to go the whole night, but like when you like, it's an energy about that stage, and I think a lot of it's just because of like how many great musicians have played there.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I think some big names just come through there like
Really?
back in the day, and then I'm the little cousin to the late Randy Arthur, and he used to play at the spot next to it
Mm-hmm.
or whatever back in the day. And apparently, he's known as like one of the best blues guitarists in
Really?
Shreveport. He was very respected. Yeah, like we found one of his albums somewhere or whatever, and like now it's worth money apparently.
Really?
I don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
I'm sure I met him as a kid, but like he passed away, and then like his father passed away like the
Mhm.
same week. But they're all bluegrass musicians, and they're in this movie. And then my other cousin were in this movie called Soggy Bottom, and it's I forgot where it takes place. It might take place in Louisiana,
Yeah.
but they're the bluegrass band in that movie. Like there's a couple of scenes with
Huh.
them in there, and then like my other cousin, he used to do like some acting like back in there, like extras for movies or like
Yeah.
whatever. That's how I knew about sugar glass. You know how they use like the fake glass on
Yeah.
the movie
Shatter
sets.
through
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff.
He had told me about the sugar glass and shit.
You ever tried any acting, man?
Uh, I've done like some little skits
Mm.
here and there. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can probably pull up and show to you like you know after the pod or whatever.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, and it's not really acting. It's just
Yeah.
like what I'm doing right now with you.
Yeah. Just guys hanging out with a
Yeah, yeah,
camera.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I done a little bit of acting, man, because I'll apply for background work, right? So I've never had any lines or whatever, but so you put out a dozen applications. You're lucky if you get one phone call back. And so I ended up on that TV show 1923 on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
And so I'm in season 2,
Okay.
episode
Yeah.
5. Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's
look for you now.
season 2, episode 5, 45-minute, 45-second mark, man. I'm standing behind the main actress. I'm only in it for like 2 seconds, and it's like a side shot, but you can tell my big ass head. But I'm standing there like in a gray fedora. But dude, that shit was fun, man, because I've been writing a sketch comedy series. And so I was like, man, like, I'm trying to learn all this stuff about film and everything. And I was like, well, like, I need to get on a set and see what a professional set looks like. So I just started applying for all these jobs. And pro tip, guys, to get those background acting jobs, you just need a fucking pulse.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. They don't care what you've worked on. They don't care what you've done. They don't give a shit. Just have a pulse, and then you can basically just show up. You can make a couple $100 and call it good, right? And so I applied for it, and the scene was a train station scene set in the winter, like in wintertime in Chicago. Okay. Let me tell you something, Jay. They filmed that shit in July in Galveston, Texas at a train museum. Okay. Now, the reason why I say that is because if you got to look at the clothing, it's like 98 degrees down there, and we're
Yeah.
wearing like I'm wearing a 3-piece suit with a massive wool jacket and a fedora running around. Dude, people were like falling out. They kept having to cut like every 5 minutes because people were sweating too much.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, dude. But it's cool. There's a scene where you're walking down like basically you're at the train station. You're walking like between the two trains, like parked or whatever, and you're going down. And damn, that's really got something in my throat. Whenever they hit action, dude, it was so cool. You were in the 1920s.
Yeah.
Everything. Like even the papers like printed and stuff
Yeah.
there. You were like, oh shit.
I bet that's fun.
And so walking down was cool. And then because I was basically, just walking down as like a passenger getting ready for a train. And then walking back up, then you see like from your first perspective, it's like there'll be a cart with a bunch of luggage on it. There'll be like a sign here, like advertising something for like a train or whatever.
Right.
But then when you turn around, you walk back, you realize there's all these lighting guys, like these gaffers. You'll realize that there's all these like sound guys hidden behind everything, and it's all like fake as fuck. And I just remember having this thought in my head. I was like, man, Hollywood is fake as fuck, like, dude.
Yeah, man.
But it was cool, man. I was on that set, and then in my mind, like, because they're real big when you go on those like professional sets like that. They're like, hey, the main actor, the main actress, don't talk to them.
Yeah.
Because most of the people that apply for those roles are big fans of the show. And then so I saw the girl, blonde girl, I don't even know her name. But in my head, I was like, man, like, what if I could talk to this girl? I could lock this down. Like then I'm in the game. But man, yeah, it was a cool experience, man. I learned a lot because I was actually talking to like the production team and all that, and director's assistants and stuff, and like I was like, all right, like, how does this work? What is this? Like, what kind of cameras are you using? Like, and it's a lot of people, man. I mean, including the background actors, just for that scene, there was well over 300 people on that set, and yeah, they were like, yeah, this episode, like, they were like, this scene right here is going to cost over $100,000. And they were like, it's only going to last a few minutes,
Yeah, bro. That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you asked about the acting. I was in the school play of Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
We went and put it on for the elementary school.
Nice.
The school that
Yeah.
Same elementary school that I went to.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And then like Wendy forgot her lines. And then she ran back there, and then I did like a little improv to like get a chuckle from the kids or whatever, and
Yeah.
everybody laughed because
It's
I'm
fun, man.
like,
It's
bro,
fun.
because this girl, and I don't remember her like really practicing her lines too much.
So, fuck it, I'm gonna wing
Yeah,
it.
and what's funny is like she was pushing up on me,
Mhm.
but so she was a senior and I was a sophomore, I
Yeah.
think, and then um one day she was just like, "How old are you?" And I was like, 15. She was like, and then she like, I guess she was like 18 or about to be 18, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, like so she quit fucking with me when she found out I was younger than her and
Not
shit.
trying to
But
catch a charge out
yeah,
here.
but well, I don't know if that was it, cause man, like
Isn't it weird? Like
yeah,
it
yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense, but like when you're young like that, like a
yeah,
2-3 year age gap is kind of a big deal.
yeah, yeah,
But then when
yeah,
you get like in your 30s, no one gives a shit.
yeah,
I'm a firm believer after 30, nobody cares, man.
yeah.
You know?
Like yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would date no. I mean, I'm married, but like I don't know if
Yeah.
I date like no like chick under 30, maybe. I used to say I wouldn't
Bro.
like when I was younger.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't care, but I'm like
Mhm.
now I see why those older women would feel guilty fucking with me. Like when I was, you know what I mean?
Well,
Cause I'd be like 20 fucking with like a 30-year-old or older or
yeah.
whatever. Cause like 'cause I just
There'd be some like
yeah,
weirdness
well,
about it.
yeah, 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 and then they'd be like, "Oh, you're so young" or whatever, and I just didn't care. I'm like, man,
You can say it, man. If anybody's still listening to this episode at this point, they deserve to know, man.
right,
But yeah, and for me, because I'm 34, right?
yeah,
So I'm single and all that. And so since I've been here, I've gone on dates. I've met women who are, say 40,
yeah,
right? And then, I've talked to women who are like 27, 28 kind of thing. And it's weird. There is a difference somewhere around that 30-year mark. There
yeah,
there is like a difference in people,
yeah.
for the
Well,
most part. So
yeah, because I forget that I'm in my 30s. Just because
I forget that shit all the
well,
time.
we don't have kids, and like I think that's why, like because we still get to be kids and shit. Like,
Yeah, I just like, dude, like I
yeah,
literally just make videos with my friends and then just go and make jokes.
yeah,
And then that's it.
like me and my wife were at the mall the other day talking to our friend, and she saw some Hot Wheels in my bag, and she's like, "Oh, y'all got a little boy?" And I'm like, "Oh no, those are mine." I'm
Yeah,
like,
just so you
yeah,
guys
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
Crochet Jay gives out prizes when he does like his games during his comedy set. And one of them is like Hot Wheels cars that he'll give he'll give people. I
Got
think I
some
have
yarn
one
caught
around or
on it.
something.
Yeah, I got some yarn caught on it. But yeah, bro. Yeah, man. You know.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, dude, it's tough out there, man, the dating game because there's like the excitement of me moving to a new city, right? So I don't
Yeah.
really know anybody. So it's like a chance to kind of like, all right, fresh start. And so, going out and then I tried the online dating stuff. That shit is trash. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
delete
yeah.
that shit. Get away from that,
I
man.
used to delete that the same day that I would download it.
It's
Bro.
horrible. But
Girls
then
would be like, "Oh, you're married?" Nah, and I'm like, "Well,
yeah, dude. Yeah, it's nothing but
nah,
trouble. And so
I'm
like,
just joking." But yeah,
yeah, dude. And it's like a game. Like the older you get, like when you're single, like a dating, it's like a game of Fortnite. That circle just keeps closing in like
yeah,
more and more and more. So you're like, oh God.
man, you run into you run into the woman you're supposed to be with whenever you kind of quit looking for her.
Yeah.
Because like when I said I wasn't looking for nobody no more, that's when I ran into my wife. Cause we've been together 12 years going on
Damn.
this year. Married for
Congratulations.
7,
Yeah.
going on 8 years. Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, going on 8 years. So like, and she told me before, she's like, "You were not my type. I don't know how the hell you
Yeah.
got me." But like,
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm like, hey, but like she's definitely like, and they're gonna be real too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's really real. You
Yeah.
know, and like, yeah, because like I told myself, I was like, I don't want to date because I'm like real sensitive and shit, man. And even though
Mhm.
like I've been a piece of shit in relationships, it's like as soon as that happens to me, I want to cry about it.
Yeah.
When they've been putting up with my nonsense the whole time.
Oh,
But
dude,
yeah.
I get it, man. Like I've got a past and all that, dude. So that's why I like getting back into the dating game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you know what? I've actually been really good about this. I'm gonna be straightforward. I'm gonna be honest. There's no bullshit. Like strictly monogamous. Like even if I'm just like talking to a girl, if it's like with that intent, then I'm not talking to anybody else. I'm not doing anything else. Like, and God, man, it's like fighting for your fucking life out there, man.
Yeah. I can only imagine.
So I don't know. We'll see. But I'm about to take a break from it for a little while. Take a couple months off and just
Yeah.
chill, write
I'm
some more
telling you,
jokes.
bro, she's gonna be cool. She's gonna like just walk into your life and you might not even like want it to happen. But it's gonna happen. It's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
man. Hopefully, I've always wanted to meet a girl like to start dating like at a
Mm-hmm.
comedy show because at least then you know she got a sense of humor.
Yeah.
Because there is nothing worse than having to be dating and then you get on a date or you start talking to somebody who does not have a sense of humor when
And
you do
they're not
stand up.
funny or like they don't even get yeah.
You
Like
know,
it's
because
just
I'll
it's
be
just
making
not.
jokes or I'll show a clip or something and they just, you ever get that response where you just get the
Yeah,
dead stare? You know,
yeah.
they're like,
It might just not be for them or whatever, but like if it ain't clicking, it ain't clicking for sure.
yeah, it's a real fucking knife fight out there, bro. But that online dating stuff is trash, dude. Because I go old school. I got to meet them in person.
Yeah, you gotta know what
Yeah.
they smell like, man. Like they
Yeah.
might you can't tell if they have body odor through the
Yeah.
you know.
Well, the thing is, like in person, you're gonna 90, like a very, I'd say 90%, but a very large portion of what you want to know, you're gonna know right off the bat. You're gonna
Yeah.
know, can they hold a conversation? Do they actually look good in person?
Yeah.
Like, are they kind of a bitch or are they not? You know, like
Right.
you're gonna know all that, you know. And so, because there was one girl at a comedy show that I was like, oh man, she's cute. She was really talking to me. She was talking about my set one day, and I was like, oh cool, like hell yeah. And then I was like, man, she's cute. And I noticed she had a drink in front of her. And then I was like, all right, like, you know, whatever. Like, I don't drink anymore, but I'm not opposed to it for someone else. If it's your thing, have fun with
Right.
it. But, and then as time went on, because I do photography at these shows too. So I'm not
Yeah.
like up her ass or anything. So I'm walking around taking photos. And she starts trying to talk to me again. I look and there's like 5 empty glasses in front of her. And I was like, God. I was like, this girl, and she's probably like 120, 130 pounds. And I was like, this
Yeah.
girl is fucked up right now.
That chick's cool.
Dude, I just I try to like now, like as cliche as it sounds, I try to protect myself as much as possible.
Yeah.
So when I see things like that, I'm like, nah, dog, time to walk away, you know?
Yeah. Hey,
So
hey, man. Just like like let her go buy you some food, and then just like take her home and just don't go in there with her. Like just
yeah.
because like one time there was a girl, I was just going to see somebody perform somewhere, and there was this girl. She was
Yeah.
like shooting at me, and then
Yeah.
later on she found out I was married. She was like, "Oh, you're married or whatever," and then
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah," and then like I saw her go to the bar. And she still came back with like 2 drinks. And then
Just double fisting it. Yeah.
yeah. And then also bought me like some wings from the food truck outside and shit. And then I just went home after that. I was like, how was it? Oh, that was cool. Like some bitch bought me wings, you know.
Yeah, dude. Because well,
Like,
I think most people don't really get to like, especially like later, like in their 30s, they don't really get to date, you
yeah.
know. Because I can't speak for like 40s and 50s. Obviously, I'm not that age, but like they don't really get to date. Because by the time they're married, they got kids. Whether they're happy or not, they're kind of like committed for the most part, you know.
Yeah.
And but when you're dating young, like you know, late teenage years, early mid 20s, it's kind of all the same for the most part. It's
Mm-hmm.
like whatever, like you're kind of open to anything or whatever. And then as you get older, you get more shit. You got stuff you got to protect. You got your own issues and stuff.
Oh, bro.
And yeah, bro. And then next thing you know, man, you know, you're starting to look out for like, wait a second, what? You do what? Nah, I ain't having that shit in my life. You start
Nah.
getting selective about it. And that's like,
Yeah.
just started dealing with that shit at my age. Just started getting like selective and like, I guess like kind of making standards, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But man, I tell you what, like for real, like after 30, it's scary, man, because it's just what's left,
Yeah.
you know?
You say it's the scraps.
Yeah, dude. And it's like, oh my God. And but what gets me, man, is if you go on, I was actually thinking about making a compilation video about this stuff and putting it on my Instagram. By the way, Just Now in Comedy Instagram. Follow that.
Yeah.
Freaking of dating profiles from the Shreveport area, like
Yeah.
just screenshot them. Now, I would probably like blur out a name or something like that or whatever, but I'd hide it in some way or just clip. Basically, the bios is what I'm worried about. And bro, every girl out there, it is just a laundry list of shit. Like criteria you have to meet. It's like you have to be this tall, you have to like have a job, have a car, have a house, like you have to have yada yada yada, like all this, and which those are pretty reasonable things.
You
But
cannot crochet for food.
yeah, you know, and then and it's just like all this other stuff, and then they're like, and my favorite is like they'll be divorced, like single moms, you know, and they'll be like, oh, my kids are like my world, they come first no matter what, and then like I don't know, but to me it's like you don't really have a whole lot if you just look at the facts on paper. This is gonna make me sound like a dick, but whatever. This is my life experience. You don't have a whole lot to offer, and then you're coming with a list of demands. Like you got to be the worst negotiator in history, you know? Like, come on. And so, and I just found that to be the majority of online dating. But in person, I've found more people that are along the lines of being like legit and stuff.
There's some cool people.
I'd not say legit, but like meet my criteria, you know, like
real time is the best time, bro.
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
It's some really cool people. Like I say, like you might dig like their style, you know. It might just be like cool as fuck.
Yeah. But I don't think I'd date a comedian though. I don't. If she was a comedian, I don't think I could do that.
Why not?
I just feel like there's we can't both be making jokes in this relationship, you know.
You got to. I know it's some couple. I think it's some couple out in Dallas that does that. Like they host a comedy show out there together. I forgot what they.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some common couples out here, bro. I think that's cool. I told my wife she should get on stage. She's like, "Nah, I'm not doing it," because she's like the funniest person I know.
Really?
Yeah, bro. Like she shuts me down so much. Like like I think I'm funny, and then she'll just like shut that shit down so fucking quick. But me and Evan were talking about this one night. Like the funniest people will never get on stage. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Like the best guitarists will never tour the world. You know what I mean? Or like they just don't want to. Like it's something they do. Like it's not who they are or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely get that, man. That's a real tragedy in life too, because I've seen it a lot.
Yeah.
You know, some people, even people that go to comedy shows,
Mm-hmm.
like I've seen it, and they're hilarious, but they don't perform. You know, for whatever reason. But I kind of get that too, man, because like I've been playing guitar for like 22 years, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
And yeah, appreciate it, man. And I will now, because I've been doing it for so long, I will actually say that I'm pretty fucking good at it. Okay.
I bet,
like I don't fuck around with that.
You stuck with it.
But I don't perform in a band. I don't produce music. I don't put it out there and stuff. But it's just one of those things, man. Like I can pick one up and fuck with you for a second and be like, holy shit.
Bro, I never could be in a band. I could be featured by a band.
Yeah.
So we used to have this club called Soundstage back in the day. It was like the metal club or whatever.
Here in Shreveport?
Yeah. And you had two types of people that went there. People who paid to get in and people who didn't pay to get in. And I'll just let y'all guess which side of that I was on. But like, I wasn't even really a metal fan when I was a kid. See, I was called the hippie because I had like long hair. I crocheted.
Yeah.
I had this guitar case that had a hippie like smoking on it, with some like redhead chick in the back.
Yeah.
But yeah, so but anyway, one night I rapped over my friend's band, and this is when we were about like 19 probably. And then just like when I've done a set, everyone's in there looking like, what the fuck is this shit? Because you got a lot of anti hip hop people who love rock. You know what I'm saying? Like people
for sure,
or just complete like genre sticklers and shit like that. But it was one dude in there vibing the whole time, so I just locked eyes with him, and then. Yeah, and he was like, even though people were like clowning me after the shit, he was like, man, good shit, good shit. And
so yeah, we're gonna have a moment here.
And then we hung out with the band afterward, and they loved it too, because that's the difference between a fan of something and like someone who actually does the craft is like you respect other people that are like putting themselves out there and like getting on stage and shit, because the band like they tore it down after they had like 100 people come packed in. You
Yeah.
just look in there and it's just like nothing but head banging and strobe lights going on and shit and just
Yeah.
good music. Like after we kicked it with them and they're like, dude, we fucking love that shit, man. Like that shit was fucking fire and shit, you know.
Yeah.
And like,
It's cool.
and that's what you do it for.
It's almost like some Limp Bizkit shit, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
some of that.
yeah. Oh, you know, did
That
you ever see that Metalocalypse episode where Murderface managed the rap rock group?
I can't
Yeah, yeah, because one
remember.
of them, they were like, "Who are you?" He was like, "I'm the DJ," and Swisscar was like, "Ugh, DJ," and he just like went back to playing guitar. And
Yeah.
then Murderface didn't know they all had heroin problems, so like he had to go get them heroin because they are heroin sick before one of their shows. But yeah, bro, I
Yeah.
love all that shit. I love all those throwback joints
Yeah.
from the '90s and 2000s.
For sure. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah. Dude, it's a cool place that we got here, man. And I really want for the next phase, because I do the podcasting, I do the photography, and I'm doing like stand up. But for like the next phase of everything, I really want to get this sketch comedy group off the ground.
ooh, yeah,
So, because
yeah,
I'm writing the scripts for it, and
yeah,
I got a videographer that's gonna film it, like lighting, film, sound, the whole like it's literally gonna be a set. And so I'm gonna talk to some of you guys, but I'm kind of leaning towards like you, Chris, Evan, Garrett, and Alonzo all being in it. And the only criteria to be in it is you have to be a comedian.
okay,
That's it.
yeah, hey,
And then I'm gonna tell people, feel free to ad lib. Like if you think something is funnier than what I wrote, like throw in whatever you got,
yeah.
man. So I'm
For
excited
sure.
about it. It's gonna be a good time, man.
Yeah, I love doing skits.
Yeah.
I got a million of them in my head. You know, since I was a
Yeah.
kid.
And then we'll see how it goes. But I've got everything basically kind of lined up, but I'm hoping to start filming this summer. So, and I just got to find a couple locations, but I'm gonna talk to Blair, the owner of the Tiki Bar, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
shout out
like,
to
hey,
Blair. Shout out to
yeah,
Blair. Yeah,
I'm gonna see if she'd be cool with us like coming in like on an early day or something where there's not really a lot going on, you know,
yeah.
and then just setting up for a couple hours and filming some stuff in there, just to have like a bar scene or something, you know. But yeah, dude, I love it, man. I mean, I write so much. Now, I'm not saying it's good, you know.
Hey, it is good, man. You know, it is good.
Yeah.
Cause like that's the best thing. Cause like thing with sketch comedy,
Mm.
there's takes.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you can
We
do it
could make
all
this a
day.
little better, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. The best is when you do your first take though,
Uh-huh.
and just make it even more awkward. But you were talking about the background actor stuff
Yeah.
earlier. There was a SNL skit back in the day where they like the background actors were doing too much. They were like wet, like throwing their arms up, like stealing the scene basically. They
It's
kept
like
having to tell them
ridiculous.
to like chill the fuck out because like it was distracting like the actors like talking at the table.
Uh-huh.
And then I think it might have been Will Ferrell and somebody, and then they were just like acting crazy, like just doing too much. And that's probably what I would do as a background actor is like just be doing like way too much. So I
Yeah.
was like, hey, chill out.
Bro,
Yeah.
whenever I was on that set of 1923, man, I gotta tell you a story. This shit made me cringe. All right. I don't even remember the director's name, okay? Because they changed the directors for a lot of like episodes and stuff. It's not just the same director through everything or
Right.
whatever. And so we're sitting here, we're at this train station, and they're like, okay, we got to match people up with couples, right? So a couple of the PAs are going around. They're like, okay, this guy, you get with that girl, pretend like you're a couple traveling or whatever, or they'll make a family because they did have some child actors and stuff, you
Right.
know, and because everyone's commuting, right, and all that stuff. And so I remember she's pretty good looking. I ain't gonna lie. So I had no fuss about this, man. So I'm standing there, and I don't really have like a woman to be with, right? Like for an
Yeah.
actress or whatever. And so there's this cute, you know, real light skinned black girl, real pretty. And she was like, hey, you want to do it with me? I was like, absolutely, cool.
Yeah.
And then freaking the PA came over and then she was like, okay. And luckily it just worked out. She matched us. She was like, yeah, you two are going to be together. Okay. And I was like, sweet, cool. So I'm talking to her or whatever, you know. And then the director comes and walks the set and he literally looks at the PA and goes, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Well, he didn't cuss, but he's like, what is this? And I got to give him props. He was running a tight ship.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
the PA looked confused. He was like, it's 1923. There was no interracial relationships. And I was like, holy shit. So he just found some white chick and then was like, you go with her. And then he found some other like black, like I think they were like more like a Native American, really, like real dark skin, like Indian, and put them together. And he was like, stick with he told her, he's like, stick with the times. Like all that, like, you know, that DEI stuff that everyone kind of complains about and stuff, like kind of being forced, like in film and stuff. He just came and shut that shit down. He didn't give a fuck. There was not, I was like, God.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Keep it historically accurate as you can, you know, like for the time, but God damn, brother. Like,
yeah.
Not to mention, I was kind of hoping to get that chick's number, so.
Right. What a dick. What a racist dick. I don't care if it was historically inaccurate. Like, yeah. And, like they were happening, but you know, like, and a bunch of shit went down behind that.
Yeah.
But like, it's so many reimagined worlds, but I guess they're trying to.
Yeah.
What part of the U.S. does 1923 take place in?
The scene that I was in, it was in Chicago.
Oh, in Chicago?
Yeah, I was playing a first. So the thing is, I was playing a first class train passenger.
Right.
So I was dressed like real sharp and stuff, basically like business attire, pretty much.
Right.
So, you know, but yeah, it was Chicago at the time. Supposedly.
Yeah.
It was really Galveston, Texas, and it was hot as shit.
That dude just wanted her number, and that's why he like shut that shit down.
You trying to white knight me, bro?
Right, bro. Yeah.
Like, God, I hate that shit.
Yeah, that's how I used to be when I saw like other white people at the cookout. I'd be like, man, what? Like, how you know that dude, bro? And they're like, chill out, bro. Like, he's cool.
Isn't it crazy? Like, I don't see it too much now at like my age. I saw it with my ex that I was in a long-term relationship with her, ex-girlfriend, and we dated for about 2 years. But she had this guy that was like, quote unquote, a friend messaging her, right? And he was like trying to white knight. Her and I were going through stuff. We were on the verge of a breakup. And then he was like sliding into like her messages and was like, you go girl, you do you, like all this other stuff, like live your life. I let my ex control me, yada, yada, yada. And then I told her, I was like, he's literally trying to fuck you.
Yeah.
And she was like, he's married to my friend. And I was like, that don't mean a fucking thing. I was like, no. So I was like, you know, whatever. I'm out of here. I was getting gaslit like a motherfucker. And they were like, there's nothing going on. I was like, why the fuck you, like, what? At a minimum, bro code, bro. Like, where you're like, you know?
Yeah.
Because, like, even my best friends and stuff, man, I don't even have, like, their girlfriends or their wives, like, on Facebook and shit. Like, I just stay the hell away from that. I'm like, nah.
I wish I could have said that I held up bro code back in the day, but
fuck it.
Or like growing up in South Bossier, like your girlfriend, they're gonna get with your friend. It's like a rite of passage type shit, you know. Like
sure.
Y'all are gonna smash each other's girlfriend. It happens, bro. You know.
I don't know, dude. I don't think that's. I don't think that's how that works, Joe. Jay.
Like, it happens, man.
I like how you just having this serious, deep ass, heartfelt, like, yeah, man, sometimes your boy's gonna fuck your girl.
I'm just offering a different perspective, you know, for people who have also lived this truth. But yeah,
oh, they know on the show. I'm always talking about my relationship stuff. That's why I talk. That's why I joke about it so much on stage and shit. You know?
Yeah. But, I had a point to this. But
somebody's gonna. Your best friend's gonna fuck your girlfriend,
so
bro.
This dude wasn't my best friend.
Yeah.
But like he did smash 2 of my girlfriends back in high school, like while I was dating them.
God
but
damn,
I wasn't mad at him, and like I wasn't mad at them for long either. You know, because like I was also trying to like smash other bitches while I was with them, and I guess I just felt play that they did and I didn't. You know, like
that's like the most narcissistic shit.
You know,
self-centered. Like as long as it doesn't happen to me, it's okay,
right.
I get it. Everybody's young once.
But
so.
I saw that dude at a party. He's like, whoa, man. He's like, are you cool, man? I'm like, yeah, why? He's like, well, you know, everything that happened. I'm like, oh, bro, I ain't tripping, you know. Yeah, but I'm like, I'm not tripping about that. I'm like, I'm just here to eat some free food. You know?
Dude, you have a way of being like so chill about like situations that normal people would just go fucking overboard. You know, you're just like, yeah, man, fuck it is what it is. Like, don't even worry. It's like,
it's like stuff like that doesn't embarrass me. I get embarrassed over like small things.
Yeah.
Like if you're in conversation and like you just like sometimes I disrupt the conversation on purpose. But when I'm not trying to do it, I feel really bad. Like I've just wasted everybody's time,
Yeah.
and I'll get hung up on stuff like that. But I'll still find a way to get mad at the other person and like not like hold myself accountable. Like I'll still be like, no, like they just didn't like they messed up the flow
Yeah.
of the situation.
Yeah, they're the problem, not me. Nah,
Right,
fuck that, you know?
exactly.
So,
Exactly.
yeah. No, I think that being introspective, like looking inward on yourself, that definitely comes with like maturity and like you get older. Because I didn't do that shit when I was young.
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck what people really thought, you know?
Nah, man.
Like I wanted people to like me, but I was like, I'm gonna do whatever I want, and that's cool, you know? And then now that I get older, like especially now, like this point in my life, I actually think the guy is gonna make me sound like a piece of shit. I actually think about it, I'm like, if I did this, how would it make that person feel?
Right.
And then how would I feel if that happened to me? And I just kind of go with that. I'm like,
yeah, treat others how you want to be treated.
Yeah, it's almost like those old cliches actually came from somewhere, right?
Right.
So I don't know, man. But I just think, as long as you're just at least a half-ass decent person and then you mind your own business, you'll be all right, you know?
Yeah.
Because people today, man, that's one thing I will tell you, like, 'cause you were talking about your pet peeves, like little things that'll like get under your skin. One thing that bothers me the most that like really frustrates me is privacy.
Yeah.
Like I cannot stand people digging into business, like think like Facebook drama stuff. Like like if it's other people and they're doing that stuff, fine, whatever. But if you want to
entertaining as it can be.
Yeah, but if you want to dig into my personal life and stuff and like or try to I hate that stuff. Or a bigger one, I hate, and this is kind of funny because doing comedy and being on stage all the time and shit. I hate having pictures taken of me that I'm not aware of.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Candid, like whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless they're like sending it to you, like, here, you can use this for your profile or something like that, maybe. Yeah. Unless like if it's like done with genuine things, but yeah, because you don't know who was like Josing on you or like whatever is going on.
Dude, I'll tell you a true story. This last girl that I talked about like at the beginning of the show that I was talking to and it just didn't work out or whatever. It was fine. And you got to remember, bro, I just moved here. I don't know anyone. And then in this neighborhood I live, how many houses do you think there are? What? 500 houses out here? You know, insane. Big ass little neighborhood. And so my neighbor, whom I've never known before in my life, we get introduced the other day, and then he invites me next door to do like a crawfish boil. And I'm like, hell yeah. He's like, it's free. You don't have to bring anything. I was like, cool. So I came over there, I ate. A girl there whom I'd never seen or met took a photo of me, sent it to the girl I was talking to, the group chat at their work because she worked with her, and I didn't even realize that. And she was like, hey, is this the guy that like comes in all the time or whatever? Because I met her where she worked. And I didn't like freak out about it, but my initial reaction was pissed. I was like, who are you to take photos of me and then go, not only that, but then send it to like a group chat and like try to keep tabs on me? And I was like, that's kind of like weird. And I'm sure she was completely harmless by it. She's just a young girl, you know?
Yeah, that's just the norm.
But yeah, I found that out. And then the girl I was talking to, she was telling me about it. And I was like, yeah, I'm just not cool with that stuff, you know? And but then I turned around and made a joke out of it. I was like, well, at least everyone you work with, including you, now know that I'm actually single and I do actually own my own house. I live by myself. So, that's cool.
Yeah.
But
my question, have you ever been to that golf course that's over there?
No, I don't golf, bro.
Well, we should go there anyway because I've never golfed before. I play disc golf, like most Caucasians, but
most of the Caucasian persuasion.
But yeah, like we should just go over there and play golf anyway. I don't care how many ducks we hit. Like, fuck it, let's just go, man.
That was a hell of a pivot for me explaining how I hate having people take photos of me to be like, let's go play.
I meant to ask you that earlier.
Is that what hit? You're like, oh, that's what I was going to ask,
Well, you guys talked about like living in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then you're at the the thing or whatever. So I just started thinking about the golf course over there. I still heard everything you said. I
Yeah,
still,
man.
yeah. No, I get that. I used to not like that either.
Yeah.
But the other day I saw someone took, um, and it was like their birthday at the tiki
Mhm.
bar, and I saw me on there with them and shit, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's cool. I'm like, I got to
Yeah.
be a part of like their moment and shit like that.
It
That's
depends on
nice.
the environment. If someone takes a photo of me on stage doing
Then that's
comedy, I
different.
don't really care.
But you just mean out and about
Yeah.
with the crowd. Okay,
Like,
yeah,
this is
yeah,
my
yeah,
personal
yeah, yeah,
life. Like,
yeah,
what are we
yeah.
doing? You know, like, hey, I
Yeah.
saw him at Walmart. And it's like, what the
Hmm.
fuck you doing? You know?
Yeah, I ran into this dude I used to work with at UPS. He's a
Mhm.
swole dude. And man, these youngsters in here pissing me off, man. I'm like, what's up, man? He's like, because it was the kids that were in there for like free workouts for the summer or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and they're just in there filming people like clowning on them or whatever. And he's like, man, well, I'm about to fuck around and find out. I'm like, nah, man, don't catch a charge, bro.
Yep.
First day I was worked with him, he was cussing out somebody because he didn't like what he said to him, which I did too. But like that dude was like coming in there out the gate like on that
Yeah.
shit. But
That's
yeah,
one thing too. Those prank videos you see, that people do.
yeah,
People, I mean, that's you're stupid if you're doing that to
yeah,
strangers. Because
yeah,
especially the guys that'll go into like Target or like Lowe's and they'll throw boxes over like stuff, and I'm like,
bro.
man, you could really get your ass kicked for
Yeah,
that.
bro. I think Jackass went through some of that shit whenever they used to do it, like
Yeah.
just fucking with people. And it's like the '90s, and
Yeah.
like people think they didn't have cameras on them. So
Yeah.
yeah, like or the 2000s, whatever. But yeah,
Hmm.
like yeah,
And then it's always funny because like the pranksters, like then they always turn
yeah.
around, like, it's a joke, man. Like they kind of play the victim. I'm like, dude, no, you literally threw something at that guy. And now he's in your face. Don't act surprised this happened, you know?
I knew someone who used to prank call people, and then he would just dial random numbers and then just call them. And then one time it was some like lesbian chick answered the phone.
Yeah.
She's like, "Is this such and such? Because what's her name is mine." And it just started going off, and we're like, "Dude, just hang up the phone."
Yeah.
And then like later after that, he's like, "Yeah, I don't do prank phone calls anymore because like he almost had this this stud chick rolling up on him." I'm like, bro. That's wild. I used to think he was wild for doing it. Like he
Yeah.
would see like a truck roll up with the number. He would just call it and just he'll be pranking them like right next to them, like looking at them, looking at the reaction the whole time and shit. And I just used to laugh at this dude because I'm like, bro, you are like bold
Yeah, no
doing
shit,
this.
dude. Especially in Shreveport, man.
Yeah,
You know?
everyone wants to fight you or shoot you.
Shreveport, it's also the 9th most dangerous city in America, by the way.
Shout out to Shreveport.
I love it here, man.
I love Shreveport. I love Bossier.
You know,
And the surrounding area.
dude, I genuinely love it because I lived here a long time ago, like
Yeah.
a little over a decade ago. And so when, life events were happening and I was moving, and then also I wanted to bring the studio to a larger city because I'd kind of like maxed out my capacity with it, like in my hometown, because it was a small backwoods town in
Yeah.
East Texas. And so I had a choice to make between Austin and Shreveport. And so I just chose Shreveport.
Yeah.
And I like it, man. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
overcrowded. There is a scene here,
Yeah.
and it's cool. And dude, there's so much like culture. There's so much like the food is amazing. There's so much art. Like, I mean, music especially. There's festivals that happen all the time here throughout the year.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's always something.
mm-hmm.
There's gonna be a crochet festival next month.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit,
Yeah.
hit me up, man, on Facebook
Yeah,
or something,
yeah,
and
yeah. It's in
Instagram. I'll go with you, man. I don't give a shit.
I forgot the name of the park. I'm bad at promoting stuff because I forget names. But it's gonna be downtown April 25th next month, from what I know, on the corner of Sprague and some street.
Yeah,
But
April 25th. I can't. I'm gonna write that
but
down
yeah.
because there's got to be some good-looking hippie chicks out there, right? So
Yeah, more than likely, bro. Just make sure they don't smell like kombucha or like
patchouli or whatever the hell that shit
yeah.
is.
Did you ever watch the show Atlanta, the Donald Glover show Atlanta?
No, but a friend of mine recommended it to me. He said it's
Yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. Like it's this episode with this black kid walks in to like this white lady's house and
Yeah.
they're making kombucha. He's like, "Oh, what's that smell?" He's like, "There's no smell. There's no smell." And that's like it's so fucking accurate.
I think
That's how people are. Bro.
I think I saw a clip about it. Is that the
Yeah.
show where they have like the guest speaker come into the school and then he's talking about his addiction issues and he was addicted to hoes?
Yeah.
And Glover is just like, I thought you were going to talk about traditional addictions like drugs and alcohol,
Yeah.
and he was like, no, hoes are the root of all the problems.
Yeah. More than likely, Yeah, that like I don't necessarily remember that. That sounds like something that happened, but like I got to go back and rewatch
I
it.
got it saved somewhere. I have to send it
And
to you, man. It's funny as hell, dude.
but yeah, bro. And then I love Lakeith Stanfield. Like he's one of my favorite actors.
Yeah.
He was just in this movie called Roof Man that I watched like early today before I came over here
Oh,
with
nice.
Channing Tatum in it too. Like, yeah, bro.
Channing Tatum's actually really funny.
Yeah, bro, that dude's wild. He's especially. Y'all check out Roof Man. that dude is wild in this one.
Was it on Netflix?
It's on Prime.
Prime.
Yeah,
I
it's
got
on
you.
Prime. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I went to go see. Speaking of movies, dude, I just went to go see that Project Hail Mary, that new Ryan Gosling movie that's
Yeah.
out in theaters, like the alien and shit. Dude, that's actually a really good movie, man.
Yeah.
And it's only PG-13, so you can take kids to go see it. It's like a wholesome movie. I was like, holy shit, this is
Yeah.
like really good, man. So I like that.
Bro, you ever go to movies by yourself?
All the time, bro. All the time.
It's so much better.
Yeah,
Like,
there's no bullshit.
yeah.
I like going by myself, and I like going earlier in the day or during the week when there's
Yeah.
nobody there.
I saw Pineapple Express by myself when I was like 17.
You just do a bong rip in the parking lot and then walk in there and just see, like, let's see what this is like.
I saw it by myself, man.
Just skip over that detail.
I'll just tell you this: I bought my ticket, went to the parking lot, and then came back, and then the lady in the ticket booth was laughing at me.
Yeah.
I'll just leave it at that.
All right.
I'll just leave
Fair
it
enough.
at that.
Yeah, man. Pineapple Express is a good one.
Mm.
And then there was this crazy period in from I would say from 95 to like maybe 2010, 2005, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I call it the golden age of comedy movies. Everything was hilarious. You could make fun of anything you wanted, and then all the PC culture came in and just fucking burned it to the ground, dude.
Yeah. It's still movies that be wildin', but you're just not really gonna know about them.
Theo Von has a new movie coming out
for real?
this month. Yeah, well, in April. And it's called Bus Boys.
Oh yeah.
And he wrote it with David Spade.
Shit, yeah.
And I was like, that's gonna be a good one.
Shout out to Theo, Louisiana legend. That dude's wild.
Yeah, I like him a lot, man.
But yeah.
But dude, I was gonna say something earlier, dude. One of my favorite things to do, one of my favorite things to observe about living here. So where I'm from is a predominantly white area.
Yeah.
Out in East Texas just is what it is, right?
Yeah.
And then you come to like the Shreveport area, and I want to say something like it's like probably like the majority of the population is black, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you have a lot of Hispanic as well. Pretty much the whites become the minority real quick, right? And so it's so funny when I see people, like if I go to like the casinos for like a show or like go to get something to eat or maybe even do a little like gambling or something, I can see some of these people from like out of town, and I've talked to them and they're like scared of Shreveport. They're just it's just
they hear nothing but right. Yeah.
It's just crime infested. They're like, I'm gonna get shot, I'm gonna get robbed. And I kind of want to be like, bitch, you are in Margaritaville right now. Like, one, this is probably the safest place you could ever be, is in a casino. And I was like, and two, you're on the boardwalk.
Yeah.
Like, you're not.
It's crawling with police.
Yeah. Now if you were like in Peach Street or whatever, that might be a different story.
Peach Street.
It's like one of the most dangerous streets in that city.
Good people from Peach Street.
But yeah, dude.
Anytime I've door dashed over there, y'all never box me in. I appreciate it, bro. Shout out to Peach Street.
And the reason why I brought up like the whole racial diversity in this area and stuff, it's just so funny because like even I know some of these people, like they'll come over and they're not really around like diverse groups of people, like other
they're used to just being around other white people.
And so they come here and it's like a culture shock and they're terrified because
Yeah.
they'll be like, hey man, like I'm in town, like let's get together, let's get something to eat. And I'll be like, oh cool, and I'll talk about this restaurant that'll be somewhere in like Shreveport or something, and they'll be like, oh, I was thinking like something at the hotel or like at the casino or like something really close, you know what I mean? Like Outback Steakhouse right there, or whatever. And I'm like, there's more shit to do here, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That it's always funny. Like I'll be in like smaller towns, and when I say I'm from Shreveport, they start talking to you differently and shit. But like it's a bunch of little towns in Louisiana that get busy too. It's just a smaller town.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you look at like Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
You just throw that out there.
Yeah. But like, yeah, for people who only like hang out with their own, you got to expand your circle, man.
For sure.
Because I grew up with everybody, Black, Asian, Hispanic.
Yeah.
Cause I live right by the base. I live
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
there.
So you saw
Yeah,
everybody.
so everybody, Middle Eastern people. Um, yeah, I got a homeboy. He's Taiwanese,
Yeah.
Indian, Mexican, all kinds of European.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
a mutt,
yeah.
right?
I wouldn't call him a mutt, but
Okay, yeah, that might be
but but
a
but
bad
yeah,
term.
but he's a trip,
Yeah.
and
It's like a Baskin Robbins, 23
yeah,
flavors, man.
yeah,
So,
but like that's my guy,
yeah.
and I grew up like going to black functions as a kid,
Yeah.
and yeah, bro, you just be yourself wherever you go.
Sure.
White
Yeah.
white people stop being scared of black people. Because like it's some crazier white people in
Sure. Yeah.
Shreveport and Bossier. Like,
Well, I did 10 years in the military, man. So I traveled around a lot and
yeah,
I like saw a bunch of people and stuff. So like I don't know, it just never really like bothered me or like phased me all that much, But it's just funny some of the people
yeah,
seeing them, like just tourists in general, like they're like clutching their pearls walking down the street, like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
God,
Oh yeah, bro. I went
It's like,
to I
come on.
went to Wisconsin,
Yeah.
just see like some family, and I went to their downtown. And
Mhm.
normally you see like the sketchy characters downtown. I was the sketchy characters downtown because like I dressed way different than everybody. And then when I
Yeah.
went in there, they didn't believe my ID was real. Yeah, and they're like, yeah, it's just kind of sketch because the dates look different. But I'm like, no, it's my real ID. I'm like, if there's something wrong with it, I am from Louisiana, and they probably messed something up. On my driver's license. But she's like, I need to see a second form of ID. So I was like, do y'all take food stamp cards? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, bro? Yeah, but yeah, like so you go other places and like that's another thing. Like shout out to like other great cities, but I think that's one
Sure.
reason I haven't moved nowhere. Is just because I'm so at home here.
Yeah.
My family with the art and comedy scene has grown too.
Yeah, you
You
got
know,
roots, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then that's one thing that's cool. That's why I chose this place over Austin,
yeah,
is because, comedy's hard enough, like building it up and
yeah,
like do the business side of it and all that. It's always going to be hard. Um, but I was like, where is there potential to actually grow?
yeah,
And I don't think Austin's it, man.
yeah.
Because
Well,
I've worked with a lot of comedians from there, and I've talked to them, and they all told me the same shit. They were like, "That is not a place to come up in the comedy, podcasting, media game." They were like, "That's not the place to do it, man." So
yeah,
it's oversaturated.
yeah. The only way I would hit clubs up down there is if I was already down there, like just in town for something. Then I
Sure.
would go hit the spot, just
Yeah.
like I would do anywhere, because I never done any shows outside of Shreveport before.
Yeah.
But yeah, and another time I was looked at like the sketchy character was when I went to Austin when I was 20,
That's
26, 25, 26.
that's hard to do in
Yeah,
Austin,
yeah,
man.
yeah, and
Uh,
well, it like wasn't.
it wasn't what it is now.
Well, yeah,
It's
I
like
mean,
Los Angeles now.
yeah,
Yeah.
like it still was Austin, but um, like I walked down there Martin Luther King Drive, and I had no problems at nighttime.
Yeah.
And then I also saw it was a white dude and a Hispanic girl, and they were getting freaky in the front yard. And then he was like sucking on her nipples. He looked kind of like Lane Staley when he cut his hair from Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
And then she like saw me and started smiling. And then like I was like smiling back at her, and then he like looked over. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I just averted my attention and kept walking.
Yeah.
But like that's what I remember from Austin is that, and going to like bars, and people are also kind of like looking at me kind of strange, like just
Yeah.
the way I'm dressed, the energy
Uh,
that I have.
dude, now it's like Los Angeles. It's like Hollywood, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
it's
I've
I
been
don't like
watching
it.
it. I've been
Yeah.
watching it grow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff you can get into and do and see there,
yeah,
but
of course.
I don't know, man. I mean, I've worked with and know 3 comedians, like actual I would consider them to be like low level, like they're getting paid regular, but that's what they do full time.
Yeah,
They pay all their bills from it and stuff, and they're all like, "Oh God, it's trash," and they're all like going on the road and stuff, man. Like they're getting out of there because they were one of my good buddies. He's a paid regular at Joe Rogan's club, right?
yeah,
And Roderick McDaniel's his name, and he said I was talking to him. I think it was Rod. No, it was another guy. It wasn't Roderick. It was Mike Eaton. Yeah, it was Mike Eaton, I think. And anyway, but neither here nor there. Comedians, guys doing it full time, right? And he was like, man, look at it like this. The population of Austin is about 1 million people, right? And he was like, there's literally thousands of people in the comedy game and the podcasting game, all that stuff.
Yeah, of
And
course.
then he was like, now look at Shreveport. He was like, what's the population of Shreveport? I was like, well, if you include like the entire surrounding area, you're looking at,
The
we'll
Arklatex.
call it 500,000 people.
Yeah.
And he was like, now how many comedians are in Shreveport? I was like, honestly, probably like 2, maybe 3 dozen.
Yeah.
And he was like, so you see what I mean? Like, so you get 1 million people with thousands of comedians, or you get 500,000 people with a few dozen, you know? And I was like, yep. So I just went with that.
Shit,
and then it also would be cool to see like a scene grow more than it already has and be a part of something, I'd say kind of from the ground floor, you know?
And it's been here. Like, you know, like all the OGs that whether they're here, they move, they started out in the other spots, you know, and this was like I think after the Funny Bone and all that was gone and everything, and because like I grew up with the dude and he was doing it. I just went to go check out like his stuff a couple of times, and I saw this one dude up there. He looked like David Cross kind of, and he was just yelling into the microphone and like hitting it. Like hitting the mic stand, beating it up like it was a person, and then nobody was paying attention to it. And then this dude was like, you know, he's killing it right now, right? And I was like, he's like, it doesn't look like it. Like, he's killing it right now. So it's been a comedy scene like here for a good minute, man. I couldn't tell you because I'm not like one of the comic OGs or whatever, but like, but that was back in 2014, 15, like when I saw that happening, and that's when I wanted to do it, but I was too scared to do it too.
Yeah, it takes a lot to get that first.
Bro, it takes balls, man.
That first foot on the stage, man, is the hardest, man. Do you still get nervous now performing, even though you've been doing it for a few years?
I make sure that I take a piss before I get on stage.
Dude, I gotta do the same thing. Isn't it crazy? All of a sudden, you gotta piss like 6 times in 1 hour, like waiting.
Yeah, bro. And then,
it's like, a nerve thing, man.
Yeah, and I guess like in and then I gotta quit drinking because I get super hot whenever I drink and I start sweating and shit. But and I don't even drink that much. But like I'll drink half a beer and get drunk now. It's ridiculous. But yeah, so that happens. Yeah, I gotta make sure I pee, and then like now not so much. Now I like you know like when it's time to go up, it's time to go up.
Yeah.
You know, try not to be up there too long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like get the other let the other comics get their time and shit. You know, but
that's one thing I like about with the Don't Take This Serious crew, man, and then what they do at Tiki is
shout out to Don't Take This Serious.
The only time absolutely, man, yeah, we tag them in all our stuff now. The only time I've ever been given a light on stage is when there was a lot of comedians who signed up.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to make sure everyone gets a fair shake.
Yeah.
But sometimes, man, like if there's time available, they'll just kind of let you go. You know, as long as you're doing good and you're cool with it, like just have. Well, you didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes during my set, I'll be like, how much time I got? And they're like, oh, we're just letting you. This changes everything.
And then I got other guys that I've worked with before and still do a little bit. And getting 5 minutes is like pulling teeth. Yeah. It's always like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, all right, cool. You know, and but those are for like actual book shows and stuff like that, you know? Mm-hmm. So, and I get it. You don't want to have someone who's like mediocre coming and opening for someone who's like an absolute crusher. And it's a paid show, people paid to come see and stuff, you know, so.
Man, it was a different venue I signed up for last year for an open mic. Mm-hmm. And they didn't call my name, right? So then like, I just rushed the stage and started dancing at the end of the show, you know, because like I ain't gonna lie, man, it's been a couple of spots kind of played me to the left before, but like I don't take it personal. That's just what it is, you know. Mm-hmm. It's a test too to see like what you're gonna do. You know, you got to make people recognize you like in this shit, because and then another spot I did. And like the crowd just wasn't feeling it, I guess. And the curator, like when they hit that light on me, their wrap it up finger was going at like 100 miles an hour. It was like this. All right, my name is Crochet J. Thank y'all so much. And I ran out of there.
Dude, I got a light. This is probably I don't know, a year ago. So this is when I was drinking, right? And I went through that fool's phase where I was like, yeah, alcohol's fine on stage. It gives you confidence, makes you more loose and stuff. There's a fine line with that shit, you know?
Yeah.
And so
I do better sober. I'm gonna be real with you.
Everyone does, man. Yeah. Everyone does. And so I get up, I get called. I'd been drinking. I was like at the bar drinking with people who were there to see this show, right?
Yeah,
And there's
yeah.
probably like 50 people in this crowd, man, and maybe a little bit more. And I get up there, I get called up there, and I keep telling myself, like, yeah, you're fine, you're fine. And then it was one of those things, I stood up out of my chair and I was like, oh, I am fucked up right now. And so I get called up to the stage, and the last thing I remember is like my foot hitting the stage and just be like, and so I get up there and I never read from like a book, right? Like
Yeah.
I'll do like one-liners, like flashcards
Yeah,
now
yeah, yeah,
that I
yeah,
work
yeah.
on, but
I see
like
you.
I don't do like reading from a notebook, right?
Yeah.
And so I brought my notebook up there because I was like, I can't remember. I'm too drunk. I can't remember this shit. And I get up on stage, man, and it goes so bad, in under a minute, they give me the light, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Get off stage." And I
Yeah.
don't even hesitate. I thank the crowd. I was like, and I
Yeah.
just said something. I was like, "Next time I'll be prepared." And then I just shut my book and then got off there.
Yeah, bro.
Well, I also came out with like a racial joke right out the gate. So then
Uh-oh.
I was like, "Oh shit," So which those you got to be a little careful with,
Yeah. It is it has to be like brilliant. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
it
saying?
really
Like
does, man.
it has to be like brilliant.
Yeah.
Like all of our greats that do that.
Well, I
But
think the guy running it was more worried about what I was gonna say after that.
yeah,
He was like, "You open with that?" And I was like,
yeah,
"Yeah,
and like where you're at depends.
yeah." It was a funny joke.
Cause you got cause you got some people that they're going to
Mm,
like they don't like. I saw a dude make he made a very dark joke that I remember it was some chicks didn't like, and they're just like no. And
yeah.
then he was like, "Man, well, fuck you." And I'm like, "Damn, bro." You know,
I'm s
and whatever you do on stage is what you do. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? But I just know that that's like
yeah.
that
I've
he
seen
didn't win him over with that "fuck you."
Yeah, I've seen several comedians literally tell the crowd to go fuck themselves. Like, they'll
Yeah,
tell the crowd, like, "Fuck you, that shit was funny," even if you
yeah,
didn't laugh,
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah,
and it's like, God.
yeah. Hey, because as long as it's funny to us, that's all that matters. You
Yeah.
know, like because the third mic I ever did, and this is before I was Crochet J.
Mhm.
I used to go by Bo. I actually used to write my full nickname Jerbo, but they would never like read that for some reason. Like the
Yeah.
first three mics I did, and I'm like, a Shreveport comic's illiterate. Like I'm not sure that's what it is, but
These
yeah,
motherfuckers can't read.
yeah, right, bro.
Uh,
Yeah, but yeah, and then it was just me in a sweatsuit and slides, and I would just tell disturbing stories from my life. Like, when I want to tell you, like the first time I did it, I filmed it.
like, you're not even doing comedy, you're just,
Yeah,
like, telling
yeah,
these
yeah,
crazy
yeah, yeah,
stories?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I told a story of like some woman trying to solicit herself to me at a car wash, and Tristan was there, and he was like, "Which car wash?" Yeah, and but yeah, and then on the film, I saw it was some girl and her boyfriend there, and then she kind of just like looked at him like, "What the fuck? Like, is this shit that we're watching right now?" So like my whole purpose was to make people uncomfortable. You know, like I wanted to make people as uncomfortable as
Mm,
I was up there like performing, and then
yeah.
I remember Glenn got up after me one time and was like, "Now I know what a mad villain looks like before he's about to take over the city." And I'm like, "Dude, he gets it. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like he sees through my facade that I'm
Mhm.
trying to do." But yeah,
Holy shit, man. Yeah, it's, you never know what you're gonna get, especially when you get onto the, open mics. Because I feel I feel kinda like the scene that we're a part of, it's kinda more of, like, the underground side of the comedy
yeah,
in Shreveport, you know what
yeah.
I mean? Like,
It's
it's
so
like
raw.
it's the real raw
Yeah,
shit. Because
yeah,
it's not because we have the what is it, Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club?
yeah. Shout out to Laugh Out
Yeah.
Loud. Shout out to Laugh Out
But,
Loud.
they don't do open mics anymore, and then, they book their people they do and stuff and
Hmm.
everything, and I get
Well,
it. People buying tickets, people are paying, you know what I mean? You gotta run a business.
their open mic is Words Over Lattes, which is a great
Oh, is it?
time.
I thought they
Yeah,
didn't do it.
yeah. Well,
No?
like if you're just an artist and you just write what you're gonna do, you
Oh,
sign
okay.
up.
Yeah.
It's mostly like music and stuff and poetry, but like
Yeah.
Words Over Lattes, like if y'all want to have a great time on a Monday night in Shreveport,
Yeah.
that's their open mic. Is
Okay.
words
Yeah,
is
because
Words
they
Over
used 'cause I
Lattes.
think last year they were doing an open mic strictly for comedy, right?
I'm not sure,
I wanna
man.
say it
Yeah,
was.
I'm not
Unless I'm
sure.
thinking of somewhere else, man.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure. And
Yeah.
then um there's been a few spots that done did the open mic comedy, but
Yeah.
then they don't anymore. Or like, you know, some people aren't trying to hear comedy. Some people are just trying to hear jukebox music all night or like whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm loving what the Tiki Bar has done with
It's
the
great, yeah.
with the comedy. And I've been to some shows at LOL too,
Mhm.
with the comedy shows and like big names that come there and shit.
Yeah. I haven't been out there yet, man.
Oh, you should check it out.
Yeah.
It's in downtown Shreveport, so it's like it's got that feel, you know, with the old brick building and everything like that. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, yeah, you know, like
You know what we
you
should
just
do?
feel that raw energy in there.
We should get like me, you, Evan. Like we just get
Bumping into your
you're,
mic.
you're
I'm
good,
so
man.
sorry.
We should just get a group of comedians, like 5 or 6, like half a dozen of us, and then we should just go to the Words Over Latte and just hijack the entire show and be like, it is a comedy show now, you know?
I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know if that's a good idea.
I saw some buddies of mine do this. It was in Nacogdoches, Texas. They actually
Mm.
did it. It's about 2.5 hours. Well, it was about 2 hours from where we're at right now currently. But so there was like an open mic or whatever that was happening, and I can't remember. There was some sort of beef backstory with somebody who was running it or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they literally just found like 6 people to do like stand-up comedy, and they all just signed up back to back to
Yeah,
back to
yeah,
back, and
and
they
just
just
hijacked it.
they just
Yeah.
turned into a fucking comedy
Yeah.
show.
Bro.
Dude, people were walking out of there. They were not prepared to see that. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Half the people are bombing and eating shit
And
anyway.
what was the original venue? Like, what do people like usually do?
Oh, it
Yeah.
was a restaurant.
It was just a restaurant. Oh, okay. He said people.
Dude, probably one of the funniest things I ever saw, man. Just the looks on people's faces. Because I got up there and stuff, and I was like, whatever.
That's
Like,
like being at Chili's and seeing like Michael Scott's Dundee Awards or some shit like that. Like, you're like, what the? Bro, I just came here to watch MMA and eat wings. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah. Oh, dude. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. I love it, man. It's stand-up comedy lets you really meet some interesting folks. If you want to find
Yeah.
some new friends, man, that's where you go. Because you meet all kinds of people, man.
Yeah.
Like, because you'll meet people who are like, there's one guy I met the other day. He's a paramedic.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
And then there's
I
one
know,
guy.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
one guy I met before. I'm pretty sure he's homeless.
Yeah.
So it's like, all
I
right.
got those too. Some people have assumed I'm homeless. That's why that lady gave me half that steak that one night. Nasty bitch.
Well, shit, man. I think, yeah, we got our time on this one, man.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to plug or anything you want to throw out at the end of this, bro?
Oh man, y'all just be sure to come to Tiki Bar on Friday for the open mic nights.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be doing other open mics, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then also man, if y'all need to book me for a birthday party, just hit me up on Facebook.
Yeah.
And hit me up on Instagram at Crochet J. I think it's J_Shirley.
Yeah, we'll put the links to your social
Yeah.
media in the description of this video.
Yeah, and yeah, birthday parties. You need a sweater for your dog or something. You know, like just whatever. By the way, this is for you, sir.
Thank you, man.
Sir,
Appreciate it, dude. Yeah, well,
and you want a free hot dog too. Yeah, give it up for Justin, everybody.
yeah, we'll put it on the shelf, man. We'll give him a place, man.
Sure.
Because everything up there has got some meaning behind it somewhere somehow.
Shit,
But yeah, man, dude. Also, guys, Dumpster Diaries Podcast. So we got some killer merch on Amazon. You can just search our name on Amazon. You can find yourself throw pillows, phone cases, tumblers, you name it. There's a lot of stuff out there. So it really supports the show. It helps us stretch a little further and a little bit more reach. So if you like what you see, man, buy some. Also, we got a bunch of t-shirts and hoodies on there too. So that's really cool. If you want to follow any of my personal stand-up comedy, you can check out Justin Allen Comedy. That's Allen with an E on Instagram. And yeah, I just made one for the first time a couple weeks ago, so
Shit, yeah.
still relatively new. So we're getting it out there or whatever. So post a bunch of dumb stuff on there.
Shit, yeah.
But dude, thanks for coming in, man. It's been a hell of an
Man,
interview.
thanks for having me, bro.
Yeah.
I've loved first podcast ever. I've
Yeah.
been looking forward to this for like 10 years. You know, so like, yeah, bro. And also shout out to my white side woman, Bethany, for modeling my orange bucket hat. Her sisters Bianca and Brittany are working the corner right now. Brittany rocks the shiesty. She's the hoe of the group. But yeah, man. So hey, thanks for having me.
All right, man. No problem. Crochet Jay, you're welcome on anytime, man. Thank you. Thanks, guys.